and welcome everybody back to episode 3 of Cave Factory. I forgot what we were playing for a second there. Um, I've done a little bit in between episodes, as always. Made these special tools from mini utilities, which are pretty easy, just some semi-stable ingots and some obsidian, just as the unbreakable, so the pick and the axe is going to replace my pick and axe. We'll make a new hammer, hopefully today, and we'll make a nice sword, hopefully today. I've also made 3 bits of the armor, and I've only made 3 because up here we have an emerald jetpack very, very slowly charging up, and this is very easy to make, just a whole load of rabbit holes of crafting stuff and things. So we're leaving that. I have automated a little setup to make blue ice with a sink and 3 of these small water freezers. And there's also a little thermoelectric generator down here, giving it a little bit of power. This generator is just part of the quest line, or I think you get it for doing this water wheel, yeah. So you place the generator down, 2 blocks of uranium, and then you can do water, ice, packed ice, or blue ice. Blue ice is the best. And the reason I did the blue ice was because if we hop into the compact machine over here, just the standard, that's loud, just the standard basalt generator for Minecraft, just normal one, and this pack generates a whole, just like the cobble gen, generates all the nether stuff. So we'll get gold, quartz, ancient debris, and cobalt. I mainly did it for the ancient debris and the cobalt, which we have a little bit of. It hasn't been running for too long, about an hour or so. And also, I set up. Let's turn this volume back on. I set up in my farm over this way. So if I have a look here, we're going to set up Botania today in this little area here. But I've set up a pretty sweet mob farm. So this gets us a whole bunch of different drops. What I'll do is, I've got this absorption up here just binning off the XP. But this will collect a load of stuff as well. And if there's, every now and again I'll come back, get all this stuff and chuck it in the drawers. And if there's anything left in my inventory, that's something that we aren't getting from this farm. But it looks like I've got everything in here that we're getting. So, to counter like the armor and the bows and all that stuff, I've just stuck a drawer down here that isn't locked into a trash can, and that'll pick up all the armor and the bows and stuff that can't go into these locked drawers, and just bin that and just trash them off like those leather pants then. So if you can't go into those drawers, it'll go into there and then go in the bin. Like I say, I'll just grab a whole bunch of stuff out of here. I've got nothing left in my inventory, so it looks like we've got everything that we're going to get from this farm. They've all got emerald upgrades in, storage upgrade 5s and void upgrades. I just made a whole bunch of obsidian and some other stuff. I mainly did it so we can get these creeper things, so we can, I don't know what did I do it for? Oh, yes, we need gas tiers and end crystals and wither skulls. We need end crystals to add upgrades to our tinker stuff when we make them. That's what we need the gas tiers for. What is this? Oh, you can make the pickerang with that. That's all that's used for. And yeah, we need to make a wither skeleton farm today, which we're going to do right behind me over here. I'm just going to make the range on this absorption, this item collector bigger, and that'll collect the stuff from the wither skeleton farm. All we've got in there is a bunch of this thing called blurst earth, which basically spawns just these semi-stable ingots, spawns passive mobs and hostile mobs when it's in darkness. And I've just got vector plates on the bottom, with one of these mob mashers with, oh hello, oh this has picked up a whole bunch of crap, with a mob masher on the bottom, just like we got in there, with looting upgrades and sharpness upgrades in. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're going to set up a wither skeleton spawner in this section here today, but to do that we need to make the wither skeleton spawn egg, which we need these charm fragments for, which is 2 skulls and then 12 of these wither ribs. I think we have like 2 of the ribs or something. Yeah, we have 2 out of the 12, so that's why I made this better sword. That's why I was waiting for the jetpack to charge up a little bit. I think that's all I did. So we're going to set up that wither skeleton spawner today, and then we're going to make, we can do Botania while we wait for that jetpack. Let's do a bit of Botania while we wait for that jetpack. I can't remember why I wanted to set Botania up, but I want to set it up for Summit. It'll come back to me. trinket on that smelts everything that we break. Let's kill this poor chicken. And then let's set up Botania. So let's turn this stupid trinket off. And basically what we're going to do for that is, first of all, we're going to need a Petal Apothecary, which we need some slabs for. We're just going to need the one. We can plonk this here. Then we're going to want to make this wand also. We don't have any of these. Oh, we don't have any living wood, so we can't make that yet. We're going to want to get some seeds. Then we're going to want to make some of these pure daisies, which is just white petals. We can get some of these white flowers out, some shears out, and some bone meal out, and we can duplicate up a load of these white petals, just like so. Put our magnet back on here. We only really need 2 of these daisies, so that's plenty. And then we're gonna get some buckets out, run up to the sink real quick. I could make another sink, but getting the clay is a pain at the moment. Let's just hop up to this one, grab a few buckets of water and come back down. And we're going to automate the production of mana really easily, really quickly here. It's not going to take long whatsoever. So we want to chuck in some water, 4 of these white petals, and then some seeds. And then, if you chuck water in and right click with an empty hand, it'll do the previous recipe. So we can set one of these up here and one of these up here. And then we need some stone, which we should have plenty of in here. And then any kind of log, plenty of oak. And you just surround these with your log and your stone, and you'll get these particles, and it'll slowly change into exactly what we need. We need a whole bunch of living rock, a whole bunch of living wood, and that'll all be dandy. Let's move this drawer. Let's have the items go down. I'm going to start picking up that stuff. We need to change it so we can just pull that in there like that. That won't pick up any other stuff than what's inside that farm now. I thought this was quicker than this, takes time. Right, I'm going to make up a bunch of this living rock and living wood. Should change any second now. We do need to make a few more actually, but we also need to make some of these endo flames, which are brown, light grey and red. So I'm going to make up a bunch of these as well. Right. So, we may have enough of stuff. I brought the sink up from that blue ice production because we don't necessarily need it down there. We need to make a mana splitter, which we actually need mana steel for, so we've got to manually do something with that. We're going to want a pool here. We're going to want to make a second pool, which we're going to have on the other side. And then we want to place down a whole bunch of these endo flames, maybe just like that. And then we want the open crate on top. And then we're going to want that to not be there. We need a pressure plate, a hopper in the back of that. We need to actually take this upper block. Let's just do that and then do that. We actually need this upper block, and then we're going to need a comparator, a bit of just vanilla redstone here. Just like so, into a block with some dust, and then we just got to take this up the wall into a bit of slab action, run that on top of the hopper. Now what that does is that will lock this hopper, which will stop any items from going through into this crate. So we've got to put a cable, oh, not there, a link cable on the side, set this to coal, and then we've got to connect this all the way up to wherever the heck our system is down there from here. So I'm going to connect this up, and then I'll be back once we're all connected up. So we have this all connected up. I just don't have the coal in here. And what I've got to do now is make one of these ones. 3 or 4 that we need for that. It's 3. We'll just make it with 2 white petals. The petals do decide the colour, and then we need to grab this mana spreader, plonk the mana spreader here, connect up all these endo flames to it, and this is where we need, we'll have to just connect it up to one of these for now, and then when we give this, drop a little bit of coal on the floor, one of these endo flames should pick it up. That'll give that some mana, and it should shoot mana into that pool, just like so. So we're going to drop we're going to now stick this piece of coal in here, just as one, and that will drop some coal on, lock the hopper so not too much goes on, and then drop a bit more coal on, and that'll fill this up on mana, and we just need enough to be able to make 2 mana steel ingots. We can put a whole bunch of this stuff away now, because we're pretty much there on setting up the mana production. There's one. Because then we're going to make this mana splitter in the centre here. We do actually need to make that catalyst as well. Stick that underneath one of these. Lovely. Now we're going to make this mana splitter, and then we're going to link it won't place on a slab. Why won't this place? Oh, there's a freaking light in the way. And then once we link this to this instead, it will split the mana between these 2 pools. And then we need to get underneath one of these pools, just like so. We need to grab, I know we need a pearl to make a mana pearl, which we can't do quite yet. And then we need 2 brewing stones, which are a piece of cake. Need it. There we go. And now that's the pool that we're going to use for doing that stuff. We need to. There we go. We have a fully automated Botania setup. Wants us to go through this whole steps of doing this, but don't know what they do. I don't really care, because we're not going to go any further than that at the moment with Botania. So now we need to hop into the nether and go kill a whole bunch of other skeletons, because we need 2 skulls, which we have 1 of, and 12 of these ribs. So I need to go check on my jetpack. How much juice has it got? Hardly anything. We're just going to leave that there. And we're going to just grab our air sigil. Then we want this divination sigil, and we want our lamp. And we're just going to... I'm just going to put a whole bunch of points into our network. I'll probably get like close to 20,000. So we can have a fly over to the fortress in the nether and kill a whole bunch of other skeletons. Once I've killed a whole bunch and got what we need, we'll come back and set up a wither skeleton farm with another one of those mob mashers. And I'm hoping we can put a whole load of the beheading upgrades in. Well, we've already made 10, so I can just take them out of the blaze spawner. Take them out of the blaze spawner, stick them in the mob masher, and then hopefully we get wither skulls. Because it didn't work for getting blaze heads, because it's not an actual like physical me killing the blaze. Usually, oh, that was clicked a bit too many times there. Usually it's it works with the wither skeletons, so we should be okay. So, I am back. I've made the spawn egg. It was an absolute pain to get these ribs. It genuinely just took me about an hour just to get 12. Well, the other 10 should I say that we needed. So what we've got to do to change this spawner over, I've got the room all set up, is plonk this down and not die to the mob masher. And just right click on it. Okay, I'm going to have to deactivate that mob masher, I keep dying. So let's just change this range all the way back down. We don't want to lose this, so let's plonk that on. Then we should just be able to right click that with the spawn egg, and it's now been changed. Where's my mob masher gone? I don't know where it is. It's up here. So I've just got this absorption hub here, like we had on the other side, to collect all the stuff. I'm going to stick the upgrades back in, close this up, and that should be it. We should hopefully get some guys spawning and dying. And if I'm lucky enough, we should hopefully get skulls. There's the rib we needed to do this filter. There's 2 skulls in there already. Which, I mean, I think that's working though. Let's just increase this range back to 7. There's 2 skulls already. Some bones, some ribs. There's more. Yeah, there's more skulls. We just got 4 skulls right there. Lovely. So there it is. With the skeleton skulls, so we can get another stars when we need them. Are we getting soul sand from that? No, we aren't getting soul sand from that mine. So we'll have to go get some more soul sand. Or can we make soul sand with this? Yes, we can turn 1 into 2 with this. Oh, but this is a whole thing with the portal. Yeah, okay, maybe not. Okay, lovely. Next on the agenda for today is, I'm honestly not sure. May. We could get into power. Power, that's what we need to do. We need power. Thermoelectric generators. This is what we need. A whole boatload of these. Got a whole load of steel, a whole load of that. I was making Constantan up here. Should have a stack, and then that should make another stack. So we can make plates. We're going to need to make a few of these engineers' hammers. Because we're going to need to hammer up a boatload of copper. And then we're going to need wire cutters. We're going to need to cut off a whole bunch of this wire. And I'm pretty sure it's Constantan plates, yeah. We need to turn all these into plates as well. And then let's make a whole bunch of this. A whole bunch of these. And we have tons of steel. I've been making a load of steel, so there's 32 blocks of steel in there. Should be able to make, there's 12 of the bad boys. So I'm going to need some blue ice, which we can get from up here, and then a load of uranium blocks, which we don't actually have. So let's grab a bunch of uranium ore. Pop up here to the crushing wheels of doom that aren't actually connected. We need to reconnect them off. Let's disconnect that cogwheel. Connect that back up. I know why they wasn't shooting down properly into the chest, because the wheels were turning the other way. They were spinning upwards instead of downwards, so it was flinging the items up. By now, if we were to move the shooting the wheels back down, it'd work perfectly fine, but it's good where it is. So I'm going to set up a bunch of power up here, I think, because why the heck not in this corner? So what we need to do is have blue ice like so, a generator like so, and I think we can just kind of go like that. Place generators, and then place uranium. So that one will work, that one will work, like that. Is this not producing power? It should. Those are full up. Don't we need to configure this side? Input it. There we go. Then we can set this to output. Plonk this charging station back down. Plonk this jetpack again. And see how the power's not going down? That's the max speed that this charging station can actually charge us, so it should start going a lot quicker. But there is actually flux networks in this pack. I think to get into it, it's just going to take a bit of obsidian and redstone. And the mixer, if I'm not wrong. But we'll do that next episode. So that's going to do us for today, I think. Next episode, we shall get into some better Tinker's sword, should I say. And then we don't really need one anymore, do we? I know it'd be nice to have the looting and stuff. Yeah, we should make a good sword, because we need the looting for get gas tiers, don't we? Yeah, so we'll make a good Tinker's sword. It's got a load of upgrades and stuff on. Get a load of gas tiers so we can do some other stuff. And yeah, I think we'll start working on the quests again. We'll finish this quest off just by doing this clearing some space one. We'll make these rotation speed controllers. And we'll also, once we've done the flux network, I don't know if there's actually a quest line for it. Doesn't seem to be a quest line for it. That's fine. We can pin what we need. Just like so. So we'll jump into this. It's pretty easy, just obsidian and redstone. And then once we have one flux block, we can make as much as we want with the obsidian and the flux block, so that'll be fine. It's just the standard recipe, yeah, it's just the standard recipe. So yeah, lovely. We could do with automating. Once we enter wireless power, I think we'll automate this. Obsidian. That'd be a good idea as well. We need to make another sink for this as well. We don't really need more blue ice than that, do we? I think for the main power, we're going to go with an extreme reactor. I haven't built one of these properly yet, like a giant reactor, so that should be interesting for getting to. But I think that's going to do us for today. Next episode, we'll jump into a whole load of quests, a better sword, and maybe even go fight the Ender Dragon. So I thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode. Adios.